Coping with Restless Nights, Withdrawal, and Breakup Woes, a guide to healing. Hello everyone. Today we're going to talk about something deeply personal, something that many of us experience in silence but feel acutely. Restless nights, the ache of withdrawal, and the emotional toll that comes with a breakup. These are times that test our character. These are moments that can seem overwhelming, as though the world is closing in, leaving us with nothing but sorrow and the gnawing emptiness of lost connection. And yet, these trials, though incredibly painful, are also opportunities for growth. You see, pain is inevitable. It's woven into the very fabric of our existence. It's easy to push it aside, to numb it with distractions, or to let it consume us entirely. But there is a better way, a way that leads to resilience, to understanding, and ultimately, to healing. Let me take you through this journey step by step as we learn how to cope with these difficult emotions. Let's begin with restlessness. It's 2 a.m. Your mind is racing. You can't turn it off. Thoughts about the breakup, about what could have been, about all the things you wish you'd said, all the things you wish you hadn't said, flood your mind in a relentless wave. You toss and turn, your heart feels like it's beating outside of your chest, and sleep seems like an impossible goal. This feeling is familiar to so many of us. You're caught in a cycle of overthinking, of replaying moments, of trying to make sense of something that doesn't make sense. But here's the first thing you need to understand. Restlessness is a symptom of a deeper emotional wound. It's a reaction to loss. The body and mind are trying to process a pain they're not ready to face, so they churn in the night, unable to find peace. What do you do with that? The first thing is to acknowledge it. Recognize that you're not going mad, you're not broken. You're experiencing a perfectly normal reaction to a deeply distressing experience. It's part of being human. And while this may not offer immediate comfort, it offers you the space to breathe, to be kind to yourself. Now you might say, but I can't sleep. I can't stop the cycle. What should I do? Let me offer you a thought. Embrace the discomfort. The restlessness you're feeling isn't something to fight. Fighting it only makes it worse. Instead, allow yourself to be in that moment. Let the discomfort exist without judgment. Don't immediately seek an escape, because in the quiet of that discomfort, you might find an understanding that leads to healing. Try to focus on your breathing. It's simple. Inhale deeply through your nose, hold for a count of 4, then exhale slowly through your mouth. Do this until the frantic pace of your thoughts begins to slow. Even if you don't sleep, you might find yourself more grounded, more connected to the present. And that's a victory. Next, let's talk about withdrawal. This is not only a physical experience, but a psychological one too. When a relationship ends, it's as though your body loses a part of itself. The connection you once had, those late night talks, those quiet touches, the shared moments that seemed to define who you were in that relationship are suddenly gone. And so is the dopamine, the chemical that kept you bonded, that made you feel good. It's an addiction. An addiction doesn't go away overnight. You might feel the urge to text them, to call them, to somehow reach out and rekindle that lost connection. Your body aches for the familiar, for the comfort, but it's important to remember, withdrawal is temporary. The craving you feel now, the pain, will lessen over time if you allow it to. You need to create distance, not just physically, but emotionally. You need to sever that tie, because if you don't, it will only prolong the suffering. You're not being cruel, you're being wise. The hardest part of any breakup is resisting the impulse to reach out. But resisting that impulse is what allows you to heal. And more importantly, it allows you to reclaim yourself. I know it's not easy. Every part of you might scream to reach out and reconnect, but here's what you need to know. True strength is found in restraint. It's in the ability to say, I won't allow my past to dictate my future. In that act of self-control, you begin to rebuild your identity. Finally, let's talk about the weight of the breakup itself. Breakups carry the weight of not just lost love, but also the loss of expectations, of future plans, of shared dreams. You feel disoriented, lost. It's like the rug has been pulled from underneath you, and you're struggling to stand. And here's the hard truth. That pain won't go away quickly. But here's what I want you to understand. Grief is a process, and it's necessary. You must allow yourself to grieve. This is not a weakness. It's a sign of your emotional depth, your ability to love, your capacity to connect. But what you need is perspective. The grief you feel now is not who you are, it's what you're going through. This is an opportunity for growth. It's an opportunity for you to look inward, to ask the hard questions. Who am I without this person? What parts of myself have I neglected? Where am I going? You see, breakups give us a unique chance to rebuild. You don't have to stay in this emotional pit forever. It's up to you to climb out, and you will. You must remember that healing is a journey. There will be good days, and there will be bad days. You'll take 2 steps forward and sometimes 1 step back, but with every step you are reclaiming yourself. And so as we close, I want to leave you with this. Restlessness, withdrawal, and heartbreak are not the end of your story. They're the beginning of a new chapter. The pain you feel is valid, but it will not last forever. You are stronger than you think. You have the capacity to heal, to grow, and to emerge from this a more resilient, wiser person. Take it 1 step at a time. And remember, you will be okay. Thank you for listening. If you found this helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more content. Remember, you are not alone. You can make it through this.